Hello, hi Guillaume. Good morning. Guillaume for
Mm.
France G.
Yeah,
And
exactly. I
I
lived I live both in the UK because I
mm,
lived in the UK for 14 years, and I came back to France in the countryside for personal reasons. So I
mm,
live in the UK and in France, just to make clear things. So I still got my address in London.
nice.
I was a broker for 14 years, and before that I was a trader for in Houston in Texas. So
Okay.
I lived 22 years abroad. So I came back in 2022. But as I said, I lived in both countries.
Between UK and France.
Yeah. Just for to make sure that for tax purposes, that there's no problem. Yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough. We don't want to go into, into that.
No, 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 I know. Just to.
So a lifetime trader between brokerage and trading.
Yes,
Tell me
yes. And
more. Tell us your story.
well, I'm going to be very quick, but I don't know. But I started as actually I studied in the oil and gas in a French bank in Houston, Texas. I was a credit analyst, but I was interested by trading. But at the time, 25 years ago, we didn't have that the access to retail trading that we have today
Of course.
in terms of account. I mean, you could get the account, but it was not very public, and to get the knowledge and the to study, actually, to learn, actually the learning curve was way more difficult because you have to know someone, and sometimes they don't show you anything, so you have to learn from scratch. So it was extremely more difficult to get a position.
Mm,
So after that I studied as a middle office in a French oil company. I'm not mentioning any names. And then I moved as a trader assistant, and because I got the green card, so I moved to another company as a derivative traders, mostly on the WTI and Brent,
mm.
and went to the 2008, 2007. I started in 2006, so a long time ago. And by the subprime crisis, they closed down the office in Houston. There was a satellite office, a small office, and I found myself wondering what was the best option for me. And because I knew a lot of guys, especially in Geneva, because you got a lot of French-speaking
Yeah.
traders in Geneva, so I had a good base for clients. And opportunities came in London, and I started as a broker, so
Mm,
the middleman in a swap industry, swap businesses in fuel oil, which is the heavy oil that you get after the refinery things. And I did that for 14, not 14 years, until 2008, until 2020, just before the pandemic.
mm.
And the good thing is I learned a lot of things as a broker, because I hear a lot of things, especially on YouTube, and I think I need to tell people this, especially maybe you viewer. We hear a lot about the smart money things, and to be honest with you, I don't
Me
understand
too.
really that concept, because as professional traders, maybe 30% making money and 70% they don't make money.
Of
And
course.
most of them, they are customer flow trader. They don't take position really, they hedge.
Mm.
And the ones that take position, I mean, you got the only few that really make money. And I think brokers were making more money than the traders.
Of
That's
course.
another
Of
subject.
course.
Because
Retail
sometimes we hear
mainly.
like, you don't, I mean, I don't know how it is today, but a lot of time you actually you don't have that much information more than the retail trader. Yeah, I think that is a misconception of ICT. I mean, it's way too complicated. Too
You
way too
know,
complicated. And
I think,
so,
G, you are now like the best person to give us like the right, approach to think because of your
I
like
don't know if I'm the best. I mean,
long-standing experience.
I started to because at first I was interested in trading, and 10 years ago, yeah, around 10 years ago, yeah, I started to learn. I took some lessons. I mean, to courses and stuff. And I think at first Forex was the things that was mostly most approachable. So I learned this
Mm.
way, and I started to learn different things. And actually, it's very difficult to copy someone or to because personalities, we are different.
Of
And
course.
what will suit me will not suit you. Me, because I was a broker, I need short-term
Mm.
results. I'm not a swing trader.
You don't want to go overnight, right?
It doesn't fit me. It doesn't. I can't. I'm gonna put a position. Wait for that. It doesn't. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't mean it doesn't work for other people. It
Ah,
just doesn't
100%,
work
I
for.
agree.
It's just like that. It doesn't work for me. And but this being said, I mean, I notice as well that for me, which works the best is I think that as because I like short-term results. Forex might not be the best option for me either.
Mm.
I found over the years, I mean, not over the years, over the few months, I should have learned that before, to be honest, but I was so focusing because I knew someone to tell me you to focus on one asset,
Mm.
which is not stupid actually, because for day trading or scalping, your mind has to focus on one thing. But I do believe there is better for short-term traders. For example, I was scalping mostly Euro USD. It's
Mm.
extremely difficult. It's extremely choppy, lots of intervention. And if you look at indices, like now we can trade on Audacity, which I
Yeah.
didn't know before. The G, I didn't know. So, but I noticed because I went to MT5 and I learned that we can trade the US 30, which is the Dow Jones and the DAX. As a short-term trader, I found those first 2 hours at the open easier to trade
Of course.
because you can take the flow with the volatility. So you don't have to counter trend. You just, if you got few rules in place, simple ones, and you can make money.
Also, because I think that as a short-term trader, you on a daily basis you focus on I don't know if you focus on profit or on I don't know number of pips, but at the end of the
Yeah,
day, once you have made your trade for
ex-
the day, then you're good to go, and then you can just go.
exactly,
And I agree. Forex, especially nowadays, it can be a little bit choppy. It doesn't give you like on a daily basis the kind of opportunities that you need for. So you might be stuck in a position, not because you are wrong, but
exactly.
maybe because the market needs its own time to get where it needs to go. So
It's
indices, gold, for example, as well, they tend to give to short-term traders what they need for the day, so they can just
exactly.
on with the rest of the day.
I had the tendency to because me this is on, I don't have a job. I mean, this is the only jobs I do. See, I trade now.
So you're a
I trade my
full-time
own
trader.
account. I trade my own money. I trade other city.
Mm,
I trade other things. So that's what I do full time since 2020.
mm,
The thing is, yeah, these products. I mean, based on my experience, I would advise to not trade oil to people. I mean, to the
Interesting.
traders. Do
After a
not
long
touch that.
career in oil.
Based on my 20 years experience, don't do that. There's much. I mean, gold is a good things,
Mm,
uh, which I like with DAX and the US and US 30 that they have the tendency to move a little bit the same way.
mm,
Actually, the US 30 is a bit faster, it's smoother.
mm,
You got a bit because sometimes it's a bit choppy DAX. And so you will for example you got the 10 points, you can reach 10 points quite easily. It's easier to manage.
mm,
That's my point of view. I mean, probably people. I mean, Forex is a mean reversion market.
of course.
So what I have in place other strategies, which are not really. It's a day trading swing kind of because I say I don't like it. You can, for example, if I reach there's a huge extension up or down on a pair. Uh, I will try to enter. I will try to counter trend and
Mm,
to take 20 pips. You know what? For example, you got the RSI, you got the
yeah.
level 70, 80 or 70, 82. You got a F2, F3 on the pivot points. You reach that point, you sell or as reverse. You got 20 around the 20 whatever. You take the 1 hour time frame. You on F2, F3. Wow, S2, F3. You take the buy. Very simple, easy. You will not have signal every day. Well, I don't look at the 28 pairs. I don't have to because I can't do everything.
Of
But
course.
if because I got this, I would say that you got 6 pairs that react pretty well to to that things on Forex, to that mean reversion type. You got probably the pairs. You got Euro USD, GBP USD, USD Swiss franc,
Mm.
Euro Aussie, and I think Euro GBP and Euros Swiss.
Mm.
Basically, the minor, I mean, almost few minor pairs, mostly Europeans. GPY will not react very well to that because it goes through, sometimes it goes through the levels.
Yeah.
And Aussie as well have the tendency to do the same things. So CAD as well has the tendency to do the same thing. So it's based on, again, on the observation. But on the daily basis, if you do daily trade, I will probably focus more on the indices, maybe one or
Industry.
two, one in
Industry.
the morning, one in the afternoon, if you have time. And I see the results. I mean, I see better results, honestly.
Mm. But
And
still
honestly, I just noticed
focusing.
that during this year. I mean, because I was so focusing on one thing, and because I got a few friends who were quant analysts, and they were as well. I think that it's a mistake. And what I had to my trading lately, it's not to give I use ChatGPT
Mm-hmm.
just
Okay, interesting.
to give me a support or what I've built myself. I don't ask him to build, I mean, I don't ask the program to build something for me. But if you feed the program and the analysis is pretty deep, it's pretty good.
Mm.
If you feed him with a snapshot screen, he can analyze the screen, can give you some good insight, and it doesn't help you to trade. But if you have in place your strategies, I think it's a plus.
Tell me
It's a plus.
something more about the strategy, like the approach. Like you open the chart, okay?
Yeah.
Either it's Forex or indices if you use the same one, or if you use like two different approach. What do you do on a daily
Okay, what
basis?
do I do? I like to have the on indices, for example. I like to have my daily chart with a two SMA, 200 SMA, sorry, and I look at what we are basically. What are we bullish? Are we what's going on above the 200 SMA, under?
Mm.
Or give me an idea. I like to have my Fibonacci,
Okay,
and
I was actually
okay, I got a
asking
lot.
you.
Yeah, I got that levels. Okay, so I can see retracement. I
Mm.
like to buy the indices on a pullback. I'm not, we all have bias. Basically, me, I don't like to buy the Euro USD, and I don't like to sell the indices. But well,
Ah,
if you
okay.
you know what I mean, because why the indices have the tendency to go up, they go down. When they go down, they go sharply, but they have the tendency, if you look over the years, they move up more often than they go down,
To
right?
the
So the
upside.
probability to win will be easier. So, but after that, very simple approach. I got the 1 minute time frame,
Mm-hmm.
9 EMA, daily pivots, ATR.
Okay.
The default settings, right? Very
Okay.
simple.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
got few rules. I like to enter. I got two rules to enter. Let's take today, for example. Today, 9 a.m. You can check. I mean, the viewers can check. 9 a.m. 9 when I say 9 a.m. 9 a.m. 's Frankfurt CET time, which is 8 a.m. UK time.
Yeah.
Market, I mean, when I say the live market open for the DAX, because the CFDs works from, I think they close at 11 p.m., if I'm correct, we reopen at midnight or whatever. But let's say at 9 a.m. CET, I try to enter long. Let's say I got two bars or two candlesticks. The first one close above the 9 EMA. I wait for the second one to close as well above the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Enter long. Stop order. Try to long. Okay. Try to go for 10 points. Depends on the
Okay.
ATR. If the ATR, I get the default setting. If the ATR is 14 points, I try to get the 14 points. What the market is giving me.
Of course, of course.
All right. Sometimes I can go a bit higher. I would place my stop loss. I was not always good to take my stop loss, to be honest, as well. It's some things I've
How
been
would you put
struggling
it?
quite a
Like,
lot of time.
where did you
But
put your
we
stop
talk
loss?
about the management. So the thing is, so I will enter long. Let's say we stay above the 90 EMA. What I will do for a re-entry, I will get the pullback, and let's say I got the bearish candle.
Mm-hmm.
I will the falling candle. I try to get, and it's a bit more complicated. The falling candle, if it's open lower than the bearish one
Mm-hmm.
and close as a bullish candle, but lower than the open of the bearish one, I place a
Okay.
stop. You see what I mean? It's a bit complicated. I place the stop order above the bullish candle that just
Okay.
formed, and usually I got the filter as a 90 MA. If it's I place the stop order. If the following candle doesn't trick the order, I cancel it.
I see. So you're still waiting for the pullback, for the pullback, basically.
Yeah, for the pullback. Yeah, I got the pullback,
And
react
then you,
around the 90 MA. I got the rules, as I said. I got the bearish candles. The following ones, few rules, open lowers, and the bearish candle lowest point, but close as a bullish candle, but under the high of the bearish candle, place a stop order, a buy stop in that
mm.
example. If it reads or not, and I'm on the trade, go the same way. Whatever the ETR is giving me, I get that.
So you trade on the 1 minute,
Yeah,
on the
it's easier
one.
for me. It's easier because I play the volatility of the open,
Mm.
and I was a broker because a lot of people say 1 minute is too slow. Actually, it's kind of 1 minute is a long time. It's
Mm.
it's a, you can measure 1 minute is not that fast. I mean, for me at least. So
Of
so you
course.
yeah. So yeah, I try to get that, and I try to work. I try to be disciplined, which sometimes I'm not. But I try to the first 2 hours, and sometimes the first hour. I try to get that, and I moved. And if I got my trades and I feel okay, I stop. The difficult before to stop. I say, all right, enough for now. I study something else. I do something else, and I come back at 3:30. I
Mm-hmm.
do the same thing for the US
US Open.
yeah, the US Open, the Dow Jones Open. Yeah, you can do this on the S&P. You can.
Of
I
course.
mean, I will suggest to do the on the. I mean, depends on maybe for the ones who live in Asia, maybe the
Mhm.
Nikkei, whatever indices is better for you. Uh, I think yeah, you get good results. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward because the indices, even in a what we call mini trend, they trend smoothly than Forex. For example, as you can this morning for 1 hour it went up.
Mhm.
It went up. Well, you buy, right? I mean, that's it. Well, you can do counter trend, but you buy. I mean, unless you have a huge surge, on the market, which today there is no news really. Well, you got, of course, got the war in the Middle East, but roughly, I mean, today's uh, I think the expiry for the options in the US. So it's going to be maybe a busy afternoon. But in the morning, it was open. There's nothing special. So it's well, you do the same thing on the if it be a bearish trend at the open. I mean, as I said, the first 5 minutes there was a bit choppy,
Mhm.
but after that it
And tell
went
me
up.
something. You mentioned the AI. Uh, how do you actually integrate ChatGPT, AI in general, in this strategy that you just explained to us?
But what do I do? It's I just I feed the system, and again, it's not magic. I mean, people might disagree with me. I just find it for some things uh, pretty effective, pretty efficient. He has a tendency to repeat itself, and if you give him a direction, he will go that direction. He got a little bit excited about what you're feeding him with. So you have to be careful. But because me, I got my strategy in place. So I explain what I do, and he
Mhm.
gave me bullet points. This is good because that. And me after that, I say, is it right or wrong? Is it right or wrong? And actually, it is. And after that, I feed him. For example, after my first hours, I give him the screen. I
Mm.
give to the ChatGPT the screen. And I said, well, what can you see? What do you see? They see the same thing as I did. He gave me the same things. So so that just confirmed that you. And after that, I gave him the screen of the Euro USD, same times, same strategy, same times. I say compare to. Tell me which one is easier to trade. And he gave me why the DAX, as of today, was easier to trade than the UUSD because the other one was choppy.
Mm.
Actually, today it was horrible.
So tell me something. Are you using that at the moment as cross-checking?
Yes, cross checking, exactly.
Cross-checking, back-testing, this kind of stage. But do you
Exactly.
think you will be interested? I don't know, because if you're coming from a good brokerage background, you like to trade fast on the 1 minute. So I tend to anticipate your answer on this. But
Okay.
let me ask you something. Like, how would you feel about building your own EA, perhaps with the help your own like robot, like your own algorithm? Together with the backtesting that you're doing with the AI.
Yeah, that would be great. For now, the problem is the I mean probably because me, I'm not an expert on that. I'm not an expert who built I'm a old school guy, so I'm not really an expert
Exactly.
to build robots and things. The thing is, it doesn't get access. The ChatGPT doesn't. Well, I got the free version. Maybe
Mm,
I don't know about the ChatGPT Plus, which is not very expensive per month, but for now, because I reach the limit some days because I feed him so much, sometimes I just say, all right, enough. So the thing is, he doesn't have access to live data.
mm,
And for me, it's not reliable to get what this, you know what I mean, the back testing for them. What I like is just as you said, the cross checking, the analysis. They give me, bam, the PDF, bam,
yeah.
bam, bam. He do the analysis for me. But actually, he gave me few sometimes he say we could do that like this kind of mechanical approach which is in between actually because I like the volatility so I like to see
Mm,
I think mechanical rules are good but you need to have your eyes. I mean, it's you need to see when it's ranging, when okay, we finished the move here, we know, and a mechanical approach will not give you that. So you need both. I think you need both. I think
I
it's
agree. I agree.
you need your mechanical
100%.
approach maybe, and you need as well your to see. I mean, to your eyes.
You need
Basically,
to see for yourself. I agree.
yes,
Well,
you need to see for yourself. Otherwise, everybody will be billionaires, and
but let me
that's
tell
the
you
other thing.
something. At the beginning, you said something really, really interesting, which is something that I 100% agree on, and I will also like discuss that with other traders over the years. It's about personality. Trading
Yeah,
is really, really about personality. What works for you might not work for me, but might work for someone else. So it's really personal. So I agree on you when you say that you can automate to a certain extent. Like the
exactly.
personal touch always need to be there, at least in the long run. This is my personal opinion.
Everybody needs to find a way.
Yeah,
Maybe some people, I mean, it is not an easy ride. It is extremely complicated, and you need
exactly.
time. You need time. You're not going to be, sometimes we see things as well to your viewers, you trade 50 minutes a day and you're on the beach. I mean, it doesn't work like that. Me, I put a lot of hours a lot, maybe too much, but because maybe sometimes I was on the wrong path. But you need screen time. You need to
Mm.
understand how it works. I mean, there's no shortcut, and
No,
whatever
absolutely.
whatever strategy you use, whatever type of trader you are, it's you need to be humble. It is complicated. It's no magic, and honestly, there's no smart money, stupid money, whatever. No, I mean, this is of course the difference is what I mean. It's easier. You know what? The banks. If you take a big bank, American banks, they have the money. So what the algorithm do is it enters the market every time. If you look at, it's a one contract, one contract, one contract. If you look at the ladder
Yeah.
in the order book, you will see sometimes, of course, you're going to see some huge orders, but mostly it's one contract. But every 1 nanoseconds or whatever, they enter the market because they have money. It's like you go to a poker table and you have $10,000 and they got 10 millions. Well, the ratio is even bigger. So, but that's the thing. So even if you don't know how to play, really, eventually they're gonna catch up, and so they can, it's like it's such a difference. So it's no, of course, and in Forex, I know because I work in the bank as well. Sometimes they got orders because for clients or something, they don't even look at the level. Okay, they need to sell the euro to buy the USD.
Of
Okay,
course.
they're
Of
gonna
course.
And of course they can't pass all the but they don't know they don't have that many prop traders doing forex in banks or whatever. I mean it's ridiculous. I mean sometimes I don't know what people get that ideas and it come from someone who works in the industry for 20 years. So change, I mean, a lot of changes, especially the last 15 or 20 years, because prop traders have the tendency to disappear. You got the hedge funds, you got some prop trading firms, not online. You got a lot in London. It was extremely difficult to enter, to get position for that. And you work very hard, long hours. And they were market makers. I know that, for example, when I was a broker, if I have a client from Geneva works for my whole company, he said he wants to sell a product, they will provide us the buy sell. Okay, give you a two-way market. That's why they
Mm.
were making money. And bam, 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 they were entering the trades like that. And they were always on the two sides. At the end of the day, they had no positions. So some of them make money, some of them they don't. But it's not
Of
easy.
course. But that's the basic of the market, no?
Yeah,
If
you need
someone is
money.
making money, someone is losing money.
To move the market, you need money, right? So some guys were coming. I mean, when I was, as I said, in a swap market, at first we did have the screen. After they had the screen on ice, the platform ice, that's what they were doing. They're placing orders, and sometimes they move the market because they have to sell a lot. And but even for them, if they were, for example, if BP or whatever shared, they were selling something, they have huge orders. Market can revert. Okay, there was
Of
always sell,
course.
sell, sell, and after that, all right, they're down. Let's buy it back. And so the markets, it is
Yeah,
even
after
for professional
20,
traders. Yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
No, I want to ask you, after 20 plus years, living and breathing the
Yeah.
market, what is your suggestion to someone that is now approaching this industry in this new definition of retail trader?
Okay, so again, it's only my opinion. I mean,
Of
we're
course.
free to disagree, but I will take my time. I will try to. Uh, I think you got a lot of good quality free material online.
Mhm.
Got a lot of garbage, but you got lots of good things too. Try to learn. I mean, try to pick what is good for you. What style of trading you want to do? What time do you have? Do you have a full-time job? So maybe what I do is not for you because you need time,
Of
right?
course.
I mean, you need. Um I will do that. I will try to. I think there's products and better than others. Whatever you do, for example, I notice for oil. I will try to avoid oil. I will not trade
Mm.
oil. I will probably focus on gold indices, forex, maybe not for day trading. Uh, the yen has a tendency to be difficult. I'll take my time. And I will. There's a subject we didn't approach. I will try to take small position.
True. Risk management.
Because even
How
if you
important that
like
is.
me and not a good guy to take the stop loss, and I use Audacity a lot of time because you when you got a big news, the system close the position. So for a long time I used that as my risk management, but so I didn't have a very good risk to reward ratio.
Mm,
I don't use it too much, to be honest with you. Sometimes I try to control risk this. I try to control risk better today, but play small.
mm,
I mean, if you, I will play small for small pips or small points. I
mm.
try to beat it this way because even if you're not very good to take you stop loss, you have a small position. And
Manage it.
for example, before I don't see you have that rule before, but I think it was a good rule because I use it for my personal account and for things. At first, on a 15K account at Audacity, you were not allowed to take more than zero point 0.5
Point five.
lots. It's a good thing. And what I
Honestly, I
did,
still use it myself on my personal
exactly.
account.
And I think it's a good thing because what I did at the time, I divided the zero point 0.5 in zero point 0.1.
Mm,
Some people do even 0.05. After for me, it was too
too
small
much.
because, well, Yeah, it's a bit too much. But actually, and before they didn't have the on a funded program, you didn't have the daily loss, which I think now you have.
We do, yeah.
Well, now you do in a
Because
funded program.
we had to control somehow.
Yeah, yeah, better.
So we
And
loaded
so,
lot size limitation, but we needed to had,
yeah,
a daily loss.
and I like to get, as I said, the fixed stop loss for me was extremely difficult. It's here, right? It doesn't matter. I mean, some people they can do it easily. I can't. I cannot.
Okay.
Right? It's it's something I can. But I play small, and sometimes I say, all right, that's not all right. You cut this, or bam.
Mm,
Sometimes it might take. I'm getting better and better on this, but because
gotcha.
I try to, what I do as a scalper, I try to get a very high winning rate.
I see. Okay, I got
You
it.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'm gonna be slapped in the face a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I try to get above 90%.
Okay.
Because as I said, based on the ETR, small size, try to get that push, that ETR, whatever it's, let's say it's 10 points. Okay, let's secure that 10 points. And
How
let's
come you
re-enter.
don't move the stop loss to at least break even once
Yeah, I
you're
don't like
in?
that. I know I could do that to get the full move. Maybe I need to do, it's a good thing. I mean, I like the sure things. I don't like the reverse things. That's the thing.
Mm,
It's like, oh, I got the table, and now it's maybe I could cut. I could get one position and to cut half the position at least. I could do that. I was never a big fan of that, but yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, there's a lot of room in my part for improvement for risk management. But I'm focusing. I try always, for example, to avoid to be close to the daily loss.
that's good.
I mean, I try to stay in the game. Am I very good? Am I not close to the position enough? Or say, all right. I mean, stubborn. And I know that a lot. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have that problem. To be honest with you,
Of course,
I
of
think it's the
course.
main problem. To be, it's easy to say, yeah, yeah, to put your stop loss. You know what? Take three losses in a row. Is see how you feel. It's and your day is ruined already. No, it's not good. I mean, from here, it's not like in tennis. I play a lot of tennis. If you have two double faults, now you don't need a third one, right?
True, true.
Yeah, yeah,
100%.
it's a good analogy. I think I don't have. A lot of back then. To be honest with you, it's another things. Traders, institutional traders, they didn't use stop loss really. They have the VAR. You have a VAR, $1 million, for example, usually 1 million. Sometimes it was less, but and the thing is, they take a position, they wait, and the risk manager from their desk or from the company come and say it's time to close the position, and
Yeah,
actually they will close the position for them.
of course, of course. It was more,
That's
it was different, the approach to
yeah.
trading. It
I
was
think it's still the
really,
case today. I mean, the thing is, they got that VAR. If you're too close to the VAR, the guys say, "All right, it doesn't work today. Or it hasn't been working for a week now. Let's close it." And
the thing is
but
that if
they,
you
we,
are,
they, we
true, but if you are a retail trader nowadays and you're
can't do
working,
that.
on your personal account, you have to be trader, dealer, and risk manager
Exactly.
for yourself. So
Yeah.
you have to take care of your own account in the best way possible. So you need to
Exactly.
try to, navigate all those rules and, some confluence in just one person that is you, and you need to, at the end of the day, make all the decision now.
There is another thing that I tried, but I was not very convinced. You can use for the ones who struggling, maybe like me on that side. Me, I don't. As I say, I don't play big, so the only thing. So I'm always. It's a management by itself, and I know
Mm.
that big news you close, so you got a lot of big news over the week. So it's kind of a form of risk management integrated in a program already, even if you're not that good.
Of course.
I think people overtrade and oversizing.
Hmm.
That's the main thing because they want to reach the target too quickly. Sometimes, of course, if you need the money, uh, yeah, I mean, you're under pressure. But the
True.
thing is, the number principles. It's in black plate unit is which is for trading is not always easy because it has to be the same market. Stop loss always has to be equal to the profit. And let's say you lose $10, the second trade will be $20. You lose $20, the third trade will be
Of
30.
course, you
You win the
always add
30,
up.
you go back to 20. You win this one, you go back to 10. You never go under 10.
Mm.
And but the thing is, in that thing, it's the same thing as trading. The base unit has to be no more than 1% of your bank, what we call bankroll.
Yeah.
So if you
Guillaume, thank
anyway,
you very much for sharing your story with us. I'm pretty
no worries.
sure that a lot of our traders will find very useful
Oh,
because it will give you like,
oh,
a very interesting insight to,
yeah,
how this market changed over the years. I wish you the best of
exactly.
luck on your
Thank
new
you.
funded account with us. And I
Perfect.
look forward to have a second interview with you because,
Hopefully.
we need to see also how is going on our accounts. So thank you
All
very
right.
much for your
All right.
time
You have a good
today.
day. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.